Welcome into another live edition here of Tap In Eagle. I hope you have your coffees ready for this week to be up early to watch the Open Championship this weekend, starting Thursday when we all go to sleep Wednesday. Some of those first tee times will be going off around 3, 4 a.m. But I have Fernando Palomares with me here every week, and one of our favorite reoccurring guests, Brandon Wheeler, with us. He was here to preview the U.S. Open, and now he's here to preview the Open Championship with us. And the reason we bring him on is because he had his eye on Tom Kim. But before we get to that, let's first just talk about, hey, we all played some golf this week. So let's get into where we played. I'll start by saying I just played the 9-hole course that I grew up playing when I was a kid. No par fives, but I was getting on in two, but a lot of three putts out there. So I need to get my short game going.
Nice, man.
Fernando, we're going to hear about you. I heard that you've been playing through the Mexican mini tours and you've been having some success.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Had a top 10 on a mini tour, and I made it through Q School, Mexican Q School. So, I mean, that tour gives world of ranking points, just like Live.
Nice.
It will be nice to see how I fared there. I mean, it's all about having fun, enjoying it, and focusing on the process. And it's going to start in a few weeks, Mexico City. And next week, I'm playing a mini tour event in Leon as well.
Nice. Mexico City, that's where that's where the guys were hitting like 420-yard bombs, right?
Yeah, it's amazing. I hit it like 350
there. That's awesome.
Dang.
Well, I'll be doing the same thing. I'm going to Colorado, Denver, this actually tomorrow. So I'm playing a little bit of golf at Fox Hollow. Last time I was there, I was at Arrowhead. So love the golf out there. Being living in Florida, where it's sea level and the ball doesn't really go anywhere, getting out in the mountains is a great time.
Amazing.
We love to see that. Golf at altitude and golf in both countries, because you're playing in altitude in Colorado as well. How long are you hitting it out there, Brandon?
I mean, there's been a few, because not only the altitude, but you get some serious downslopes. So I've had some over 400-yard drives, which are pretty cool.
Nice.
And in the fairway.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
As long as you can find it.
Yeah. As long as I can hit a wedge, right?
Yeah.
No U.S. Open rough out here where we're losing kids in there. So that's good. That's good.
No, they don't want that for golfers out there just spending money to play.
We love to see it. We love to see it. We also love seeing scoreless streaks and Brandon, you had your eye on Tom Kim to win the Scottish Open. That ends a 3-year winless drought for Tom Kim. He's the 5th international golfer now in the last 40 years to win 5 times before the age of 24 as well. So what had your eye on him, Brandon? Because you picked him for the U.S. Open, and then he also had a couple top 10s at the RBC Canadian as well. Looks like we're having some technical difficulties. We'll get Brandon and others back in here soon as we continue to preview the Open Championship. Royal Birkdale, here we go. Okay, we got Brandon back in here now, so we're
Sorry
good.
about that, guys.
No, we all good, and Fernando's back in too. We're all connected up, ready to go again. All right, boys. So
what happened there?
I don't know either, but hey, internet's fun. We love it and we hate it at the same time.
This is live from the Open.
Yeah, there we go. The Royal Birkdale behind us in the background here. But before we get to the Open preview, let's go back to this week, because we had a winless drought end with Tom Kim, 3 years in the making, and he still makes history as well. He's the 5th international golfer to win 4 times before the age of 25 in the last 40 years. And Brandon, you had your eye on him because you picked him in the U.S. Open. He had a top 10 the week before that, the Canadian Open. Now here we are. He's a winner.
Excuse me. Yeah, his game's been trending in the right direction, and I mean, he's a superstar. So he went on about a year and a half little hiatus where he was making some serious changes to his swing, and but he's a diehard worker, so he obviously knew the process would take some time and still stayed with it. And then you saw, especially after the U.S. Open, a lot of confidence come into his game. The way he was like walking, the way that he just had a little bit of extra swagger about him. So yeah, I really his game is unbelievable. He got the confidence, and the swing is the best it's ever been. So I expect a lot of big things out of him.
Yeah, I mean, he was playing well in TGL, and it's cool to watch that it has, how do you say, like leaped over to the course. And man, this course wasn't playing that easy. I mean, some people were shooting 80 over there, and he shot like minus 18 or something. And he beat Min Woo Lee down the stretch, who plays very well in Scotland. That's where I first saw him 10 years ago at the Open, and I was like, who's this guy? He had like blonde hair, talking about Min Woo Lee, but Tom Kim, obviously, he's like Tiger's protege, and it's showing.
Yeah, he said the first text he got was from Tiger after the win, and you saw the emotion there from Tom Kim as well. And what really stood out to me, because he doesn't really drive the ball very well, but his long iron game is crazy out there. What do we see from
Yeah.
his iron game? What makes his iron game so good?
Well, I don't really know exactly what makes it so good, but that's why I picked him for the U.S. Open, because I loved his iron game. I was trying to pick players that had a discipline, but also just a consistency to that swing. So um, I just think that he's kind of he's not that big of a guy, so I think that he probably grew up with like very much just being a complete iron control player, not like really relying on a lot of length. He obviously added that as he's gotten older, but and it's just something that I think that you're born with from a young age, and you just play into it.
And he has that winning gene. Like he won 3 times, like before 20 years old. That's incredible. And I think he was getting in his own way, and his swing looks now like more compact. Maybe because he was playing the links course and the wind, but it looks like he does not doing like a full turn anymore, and he's always keeping his posture, and also like his strategy. Like he was playing very smart all the time. Like Nick Faldo was saying, you don't attack the links course; you have to like feed it in there.
What else is with the links course is Scottie Scheffler. It ends his cuts made streak at 78. That goes all the way back to 2022. You think about what's happened since then. It was like a crazy stat. Like, Sinner and Alcaraz in tennis had not won their majors yet. Argentina hadn't won the World Cup yet. It was just some crazy things that hadn't happened since Scottie Scheffler missed a cut, which was all the way back at the FedEx St. Jude's in 2022. So what does this do for him now, though? Because he said he was kind of lost because he had to make plans for the weekend, but he went down to Birkdale early now, got some practice rounds in, some extra prep. But what does this do now for him now that this is over?
I bet you it pissed him off. I mean, it's which is a good thing for guys like him and Jon Rahm and different fiery competitors. And so I think it's going to make him into a madman this week. He obviously he knows links golf. He's literally won on every single platform, so he knows how to play at every type of course. So I expect him to rebound, but also have a burning passion and a just kind of a redemption tour for him.
Yeah, man, this was his most impressive record. I'm not sure how far he was from Tiger's record, but 78 cuts. I mean, that's just unbelievable. I'll be happy to just make a few straight cuts on the PGA Tour. And man, Scotty, obviously, he's the smartest guy out there, and I think everybody's because of how firm Royal Birkdale is playing. Strategy is going to be more important this week, and so Scotty's advantage just has risen, especially because he's very upset. I mean, he needs like a 5-footer to make the cut, so he knew it. He knew about it. Maybe he made it on purpose to get some more practice rounds after watching Rory play there every day.
Well, I will say he's still a betting favorite, so it doesn't really tell you that Vegas really cares.
Yeah, if Scott is in the field, he's going to be the betting favorite. We know that for sure. He was this last week, but he also was asked in his press conference today, what's worse, missing the cut or finishing second 4 times like he has this year? And he said he'd rather rephrase it to what's more frustrating, and he said missing the cut. So what do you think is worse, missing a cut or finishing second as many times as he has?
Well, I think it depends on who you are, right? I mean, he's got all the money in the world. If you're trying to grind, you obviously don't care if you just make the cut and finish last. You're still getting a check, right? So, but yeah, at his level, I think, yeah, I think it's more embarrassing and more humbling to miss a cut, right? That's kind of like Tom Brady in his heyday of missing the playoffs. It's just that's not something that you want to be doing.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously you don't like losing, but it's better to be the second guy that lost than the middle of the pack or worse. I mean, it's still, at least if you finish second, you still feel the heat of the moment.
True, and you make a lot more money if you're finishing second
Yeah.
or third or fourth over missing the cut, like Brandon said. We also had some legacy talk as well today during the press conference. Rory McIlroy was asked about his legacy, and he had interesting quote. I'll be dead and I'll be a ghost, so I don't care what people think about me when I'm 6 feet under the ground. What do we think about this? Is kind of what Scottie talked about later last year, how he cares more about his family and his faith than the game of golf. So it's kind of similar, but not really.
Yeah, I think it's funny. I mean, Rory's been pom poms with the PGA Tour and anti live, and talking legacy and just everything. So he obviously just turned completely, but yeah, I think that's probably straight from the PR team, or maybe he's just a guy that's was working with his PR team in the past, and now maybe we're seeing the real him. I hope so.
Yeah, I think he had a long talk with Scotty at the Nike headquarters, because Scotty actually did another interview this year, and he was reiterating some of the same stuff. Scotty said that that he was gonna die anyway, and he's obviously he's very competitive and he loves playing golf for a living, but he doesn't really care about if he wins or not. It's more about chasing it. But I think them talking about the afterlife is like they already feel fulfilled. Like, what else would they are they gonna accomplish? Like another career Grand Slam? And I think that talks to the normal folks like us. Like, there's no really point of chasing like a result if you don't like just enjoy whatever is happening right now, because nobody knows what's gonna happen when we die anyway.
I think it's almost like damage control too, where he doesn't want to be compared to what Tiger did. He wants everybody to try to appreciate who he is as a player right now, the accomplishments that he's made. It's almost like LeBron, how he always likes to talk about how he's the best, but then he won't talk about the necessarily like the 6 rings. He doesn't go into that comparison. He'll talk about the other stuff. Not saying that Rory thinks he's the best, but he wants people to appreciate who he is and what he's accomplished, and not compare it to the GOAT.
We'll have to win some more majors and maybe play a little more on the PGA Tour, because we know he got that special exemption because he's falling short of what he needs to keep his card out there. So maybe he needs to win some more majors if he's going to spend his time playing all these courses when everyone else is actually playing PGA Tour events.
The rules don't apply to him.
True. That.
He's like the GM of the PGA Tour.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, he can get away with anything on the PGA Tour because, as he said, he's their sacrificial lamb. So there we go.
Yeah,
his exact words. So, but anyway, okay. So now let's go over to Liv, because Nick Faldo had some things to say about Bryson DeChambeau. As we know, DeChambeau has not made a cut in a major this year, and he's going for the Grand Slam of missed cuts this week, as Johnson Wagner put it on CBS Sports. Nick Faldo said he has zero clue of strategy when it comes to links golf with Bryson. Where does our mind go here?
I feel like it's pretty true. I mean, the guys. I don't know if I've ever seen a professional athlete go from down here to way up and then back down, as far as his persona, how people perceive him. I think he had a really great PR team for a while, and then all of a sudden, the real Bryson came out, and it's just you don't know. I obviously root for him as a player, and he's great for golf. But I think that he does lack a lot of awareness, and I think his golf game lacks awareness on these links games because he's always just trying to outpower and just play that power game, as opposed to links is a lot of using your mind and creativity, just being creative. And I would love to see him develop that.
Yeah, Faldo was calling it the rough slam in case it happens, but obviously Faldo is being paid to talk bad about Liv. But I mean, he won a few opens, so he can say whatever he wants. But I mean, I hope Bryson maybe hits more irons off the tee and just try to prove that guy wrong.
That's not happening.
He's going to try to bomb it. He's gonna, as we know. Yeah.
That's like the guy in your scramble team that hits it 310, but it might be in the in somebody's house, and he's called for one thing. He can't help but just take the big dog out.
Yeah, he's risking it every single time he hits it in. He doesn't play the conservative. He wants to hit it as far as he can every single time. It's going to be tough out there because when Bryson's playing, there's not even going to be a par 5 until the 14th hole. They changed up the front 9 this year. They made one of the par 5s on the front a par 4, and one of the longer par 3s that anybody will play this year is the 15th hole at Birkdale. They made it 240 yards. So how do we think this plays out this week where there's no par 5s for 13 holes and a par 3 is 240 yards?
Yeah, I've been hearing stories that it's the firmest it's ever been. So that
they were bouncing golf balls like a basketball, and it was bouncing right up into their hand. I saw a video that was a Mav McNeely posted on his Instagram.
Wow, that's wild. I do love Maverick McNeely. But yeah, with that being said, I think that it's going to shorten the course a lot, but you also have to be really it's going to definitely favor the more accurate players, like guys like Maverick McNeely, guys like Russell Henley. And it's when it gets soft and doesn't play like typical links is when the big hitters really get the advantage. So I'm excited to see when it comes to a 240-yard par 3 at a link style. I mean, that might actually be 210 carry because of the way that the greens are. So,
yeah, you really want to look to a craftier player like maybe Brian Harman wins again because he doesn't need the distance if it's rolling out to 100 yards, and you need to be really accurate and really like an artist over there, especially like around the greens. That's why my pick. I don't want to say it out loud right now, but it has to be somebody who's really good on the short game, and because you're not really hitting a lot of greens if you're not hitting a lot of fairways, so nobody's gonna hit a lot of fairways this week. But this course is the most historic course ever after St. Andrews. I was looking at the stats, and it's been held like so many times already, and obviously one of the favorite courses of the players because it just keeps coming up on the rotation.
Yeah, I think they said it's not like they don't want to call it fully links golf because there's like some trees on the course, and that was like the same thing with the Renaissance Club this week, where it's like not total linksy, but a lot of the players when they last played there in 2017, they're coming off the course and they said, it's a fair course. We like playing it. Nobody's really like saying it's carnage or anything or super hard. So what do we think about just kind of how it's not like completely a links course?
I mean, I saw that there are not as many as blind shots as in some other courses, and the bunkers don't look as brutal as in other links courses too.
Mm-hmm. No pop, not a lot of pop bunkers.
Yeah, not that many.
Yeah, I still think though it's a traditional just English course though. So I think that even though maybe aesthetically on some of the I guess the trees and stuff, but it still does have deep bunkers and extremely firm, hard fairways and just different style where you got to play it short and let it run up, kind of like how in the U.S. Old men play golf, right?
It's not as the course is not as undulating as in other courses too.
Yeah.
That makes it a bit more fair. But if it's so firm, then there's no way to calculate your tee shot.
Yeah, if it's like hitting it on a ice rink, then there's nowhere you can't really
Just
control
spot
where
it
it's
from
going
the
to go.
fairway.
Yeah. Yeah, watch out. You don't want to create any like little sparks with your golf club if you're hitting on something so hard like that. Well, watch out. Watch out there.
The equipment trucks will be definitely busy with like the light angles on the irons changing because the ground's so firm.
Okay, I'm definitely out on Bryson now. Okay, he's Mr. Equipment Change mid round here.
Yeah, he'll probably hit one 440 yards, and then that would be a talking point. But I don't know.
So it's wild, like how golf has changed since the last time that they played this, because Jordan Spieth won, and that was his like huge window where he won a bunch of majors in a row, and now he's not really like talked about, or no one's really saying he's going to win this. So he took care of his window, but now it's like it's so different now because there's so many good golfers out there. But what did we just thought about kind of the evolution of where Jordan Spieth is at, and does he maybe have any chance?
Yeah, I feel like Spieth's always got a chance. He's like, I don't know if anybody sees the memes of like, it'll be like somebody at a gas station, it'll be like live from a Jordan Spieth shot, just because he's always in, he's always just somewhere in God's no man's land. But I did watch something that was very interesting. It was talking about in 2017, the last time that Spieth was, in that top form. And it was a playoff with Dustin Johnson, and it was DJ just completely bombed one over the water. I forget what course or what tournament it was, but Spieth had to lay it back, and it seems to be like that was the turning point for him, where he really altered from his regular game and tried to make changes. Yes, exactly. And there's just like you could see the difference in what his swing became since then, where he was just chasing distance, and that precision iron game really, he lost that. At times he's still obviously he gets on heaters and he has great rounds and stuff. He's obviously still one of the best players in the world, but I really hope that he can find it. I think that he was so exciting the time that he came on, because it was right around the time where like Tiger was like out the door. This was, not counting the 2019 Masters, but we were seeing him as like the next GOAT, and he was just exciting. So I really hope that he gets his game together, but I think that he needs to get together and focus on what made him great.
You think about that time too, because it was him and DJ Dustin Johnson. They were like going for 1 and 2 in the world in the golf rankings too.
Yeah, well, DJ, I mean, he's had a lot more success, to be honest, and he's also been paid, and I think that he's made his intentions clear to the world where he stands. So, not saying anything bad about Liv, because obviously I love golf, and if I was him, I probably would have done the same thing.
Yeah,
but Spieth didn't take that. He's still trying to grind it out and win tournaments.
Yeah, I mean, props to Jordan Spieth. He will always be remembered for hitting the greatest shot ever at the Ryder Cup, and the second best shot ever at Pebble Beach, risking his life there on the cliff on 7.
Yeah, there was a meme. There was a meme on the internet about that one.
He's still young. He can still get it back together. His swing looks better. His short game is always unmatched, and obviously his putter is always a question. But if he can start making those 4-footers, he could win this week. Why not? And he was, like you said, the stalwart of the PGA Tour. He was very sturdy, very solid. But I mean, he's still very interesting to watch, and I'm probably gonna watch a few of his highlights this week.
Everybody roots for him, so I don't think anybody wants Jordan Spieth to play bad.
Yeah. You're gonna watch his highlights, and then you're gonna bet on him, and then be disappointed. His highlights are insane. I mean,
yeah, you're right.
Yeah. He'll. Well, I don't know. I don't think there's any water or anything near there, but maybe he'll find himself somewhere. I don't know. At a gas station, like you said. And we were talking about Nick Faldo. He is the last English golfer to win the Open Championship. That goes back 34 years. But this is one of the stronger fields of English golfers that we have. You have Matt Fitzpatrick, Tommy Fleetwood, Justin Rose. So Are there any? Oh, we have Aaron Rai too, the PGA champion. I forget about him too. So with all these great English golfers this year, who do we kind of see fit this course most, or maybe someone who will actually break that streak for the English golfers out here?
Well, no hate to Aaron Rai, but he's pretty forgettable.
Yeah, true. I did
Uh,
forget him in that list. So
No, so I did see a story about Tommy Fleetwood. He grew up so in that town in that area, and his dad and him would actually sneak on the course as kids, and so that's kind of where like they would
That's my
sneak
guy.
on. Yeah, as a private course, him and his dad would sneak on. I think it was like the 13th hole. They'd get out there and play, and I used to do that stuff as a kid, and so that's like, I mean, that's the coolest thing in the world to me. And I know that would mean the world to him to win it. And obviously, as a kid, like I'm sure he was playing on that course, picturing winning the Open. So, I mean, who's got a better fit than him?
yeah,
Man, there's so many great English players like Justin Rose, Tyrrell Hatton, and we got Aaron Rai and Danny Willett who won the Masters. But Tommy Fleetwood has to be the favorite for sure. They
yeah.
should have a statue of him. I mean, if he wins, they're going to be like the biggest Tommy Fleetwood statue. Just hope it's not as bad as Messi or Cristiano statue.
We know who's going to be out there cheering for him. I mean, all the stands, everybody.
Oh,
Yeah.
One of the most likable guys on tour.
Oh yeah, everybody loved him, and we love seeing him actually finally win one too in the Tour Championship. I think even Americans like that. So the Americans like an Englishman. We did talk about though Scottie being the betting favorite, Rory's second, and there we go. Fleetwood and Fitzpatrick are the third best betting odds for wins out here. But we didn't really talk about chances for Scottie or Rory. So how do we see them kind of fitting this week? Do we see them competing? Because we know Scottie won last year, and then Rory, I saw another stat, is 6 of the last 8 Open championships he's finished in the top 10. So he loves playing back there in links golf.
Yeah, I think no matter what tournament they go to, they're a lock for at least the top 10. And I would say top 5. They'll definitely be there on Sunday at one of the last tee times for sure. The real question will be, can they pull it off? And is it their time?
Yeah, I mean, Fitzpatrick already won the U.S. Open, but I mean, winning at home would beat that 100 times. And especially now, England is tomorrow plays at the World Cup, the semifinal. If they win, I mean, this Open is going to be so loud and so amazing. I hope they win.
Yeah, they were talking today about how they have like a backup plan or like something where they're going to move the tee times in case England's in the World Cup final because they don't want people leaving the course early on
That's what I
Sunday.
mean.
Yeah.
They should do it like a massive together party or something.
Okay, well, let's go Argentina.
No.
All right, listen, this is not a soccer podcast. We're not talking about that, but
No.
yeah, let's get into some picks though. We love giving our picks. We all have done very well with our picks in the past. As we know, I picked Wyndham to win the U.S. Open. I picked Fitzpatrick the last couple of weeks, and he's finished in the top 10. So I've been going good.
You picked Goddard up too?
Yeah, I picked Goddard up in the John Deere. So my picks are rolling. Too bad I don't bet as much as I do because I would make some more money. But that's my own problem. So I need to deal with that on my own. But anyway, so maybe you want to keep track of these picks is what I'm saying with me here. So I'm going to go with the 3 Englishmen. I think the streak is going to end. Justin Rose, he always plays well in the Open Championship and in majors in general. And he only has a couple of these left. He's going to be 47. So unless, he wins one of these, he might not be able to play in these much longer. So I love to see him win, and he's always in good form when it comes to the majors. And then Fitzpatrick, as we know, he's been playing super well. Matt Fitzpatrick out here, so I'm going with him. And then Tommy Fleetwood, I don't know if he's going to win because of the pressure. Maybe there's some pressure for him winning in front of the home fans on the course that he played when he was younger. But I think maybe we see Fleetwood, who's Mr. Consistent out here, get a top 10. What do we think about that, Fernando?
Yeah, I mean, Justin Rose played here as an amateur back in the day, and he finished fourth. And
Yeah.
with that amazing hole out on the 18th hole, and obviously he's had a close calls again at the Open and two runner-ups at the Masters. He deserves another major, and he's still at an elite level. And Fitzy, I think his brother, like Serge, has helped him a lot to play his best golf, as he was saying. He's playing right now, and Tommy Fleetwood. I mean, I think some of these majors he has been faltering just down the stretch on Sunday, and I think the crowd's gonna help him just keep his confidence, just like he did in Paris at the Ryder Cup. And the Olympic Games, I mean, and he's proven it again and again that he's made for the big stage, and just like he says, it's a matter of time, just staying calm and he's gonna try his hardest.
Sorry about that, guys.
No, you're good. Internet is always fun, as we like to say. So Justin Rose, Fitzpatrick, Fleetwood. I'm going all three. Englishman, Brandon, you popped in at the right time because we're getting to your picks now. So let's read through them. You also agree with Fleetwood, but then you're looking at Patrick Reed, who is the leader of the Race to Dubai standings right now on the DP World Tour. He won a couple of times early on in the season, so he doesn't play a whole lot anymore. So congrats to him. And Jon Rahm, who's won a bunch on Live, and we know how good of a golfer he is right now.
Yeah, let me just say this, that I'm not really a huge P. Reed fan.
Captain America.
Yeah, Mr. Top 5. When he was a rookie, he was talking about how he was top 5 player in the world. So like that really, I don't know. Anyway, anyway, I just thought going back to the Race to Dubai, I think that actually does have something to do with my pick here. He's I mean, he's a gamer. He actually loves when everybody hates him, it seems like, because he just puts that as puts it on his back where he wants to prove everyone wrong. And he's just another great. He's a gamer. He's an iron player, and he plays that baby draw. He just seems like one of those guys where in match play, like he just does everything to kind of irk you the wrong way a little bit, you know. But he loves to do that because he knows that winning is the ultimate test for him. He loves that so much. So the way that his game's been playing, and he's got a lot to prove, I could see him being up there. And going on to Rahm, I mean, he's been progressing in the majors. Obviously, he's been playing lights out on Live. Basically, owns Live, and he's one of the best players in the world. Doesn't matter where he plays. He's just one of the most talented guys we've ever seen, and he knows how to play links golf. So he makes the putts when he needs them, and he's a hell of a competitor.
He might actually own Live, though. He said he might invest some of his money into the league, so he might actually own it.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, we like that.
All for that. I love Ram so much, man. I saw him winning in Vallarta, and we met him at the Open. He was so nice to us. Have a cool picture with him. And Tommy, I think it's all about his iron game. If he plays like he does and hits it close on every hole, he should be able to win. And Patrick Reed, he has one of the best short games ever, so might be a contender. But yeah, I mean, Ram was, I think, 3 over at the Scottish Open through the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Came back with a 5 under on Friday to make the cut. So that's just the guy he is. He's gonna battle till the end.
And you talked about the competitiveness with Patrick Reed too. That's why he said he just let his contract with Live expire, because he said that he loves being at these tournaments, and if he's in contention, he's the last guy on the range, and he gets fuel from that. Instead of everybody being on the range at the same time, he likes seeing everybody go onto the course, and then he's the last one there, and he's teeing off last.
Yeah, there is something that I do like about his, like, with how he is, though, because at the end of the day, they are competitors. They shouldn't be best friends in the course. So he just kind of takes that a little bit to an extreme.
I love that Ram said that this is the most important tournament in golf, and I agree with him.
Yeah, it is the most purest form. It's how the game was created.
That's what every non-American says.
Yeah, it's a Masters or U.S. Open in this country here. Yeah, so. But because we don't want to wake up at 8 a.m. and have to watch golf, but we'll be doing that this week. All right, Fernando.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
let's
say
get
I'll be in Colorado. I'll be mountain time, so I'll be even worse.
even earlier for you. Yeah, you have to be getting
Yeah.
up. So yeah, you and Fernando on the same time. So he knows that life.
I mean, I've been getting up. I woke up today at 5:30 to go play.
Yeah, committed.
Nice.
Committed out here. Committed. We love it. All right, let's get to your picks, Fernando. You're picking Rory. You think he'll win another major this year. And then we got some spicy picks. The chef cooking up some another good finish. Finished second last week at the Scottish Open. Played in that last group. Looked like he was going to win. And same thing with Bobby Mack as well. Like he won a Scottish Open. He always plays well with links golf as well. So you're looking at some two maybe dark horse picks there.
Yeah, I mean, like I said last week, before the Scottish Open, Rory McIlroy was speaking over 2 shots per round on the field just on his short game, and I was like, what? And then I started looking at the tournament, and man, amazing! Every time he missed the green, he hit like some crazy shots, like he had to bounce it off the green and play the slopes, and he knows how to play these courses. And obviously Minwoo Lee, he has such a tremendous ball speed. He can hit it as far as anyone, and he has that swagger going on. And Bobby McIntyre has been trending. He played well last week locally at the Scottish Open, and he's one of the toughest guys out there. If he gets in contention, he's just gonna keep pounding.
There's 3 guys on in golf that who if I could have a beer with it'd be freaking awesome. It'd be Terrell Hatton, Bobby McIntyre, and then say Kevin Kisner. Like Bobby McIntyre is the man.
You're Brandon.
Great.
You're like Kevin Kisner to me, man. You're like you're like you're like the polished guy. You know, gives good commentary. You
Hey,
play. You
yeah.
used to play a lot more. You know.
Yeah, this ain't no hobby, you know.
Yeah. Well, we'll see you out there on TGL next year on Tiger's team. Yeah,
Right?
Yeah, the Kiss is amazing.
Yeah.
He props to that guy.
yeah. He's fun. He's fun on the broadcast. It'll be fun to
he
listen
is.
to him out there. Him and Smiley Kaufman too. But I guess they kind of made Smiley. They kind of try to get him to be Johnson Wagner now, but that's okay. Everybody copies everybody now in TV.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, Johnson has more wins though, but
yeah,
Smiley has a better swing.
yeah, true that.
Smiley made the right choice going to a broadcast.
He did.
Hey,
He's got the look
no
too.
hate.
He's a
Yeah.
good looking guy. He's got the look too. So
No
good-
hate.
so-
He's honestly just he's amazing on the broadcast.
Yeah, he should go to live with Ferretti.
Then nobody would watch him. I'm just kidding.
yeah. Maybe people would like to live then. Who knows? But
I would.
But anyway, all right. So every time we have Brandon on, he has so much going on, as we kind of mentioned there. So Brandon, just plug away on what you're doing, your businesses out here, where people can follow you.
Yeah, I mean, founder and CEO of a company called the 19th Wheel. We're a mobile golf simulator company based in Tampa, Florida, but we're all through Florida and expanding right now. Have some cool things in the work to be at some more tour events and be traveling with the tour, which would be really awesome. But would love for everyone to go follow the 19th Wheel, my personal profile, bwheeler1723. And I'm just a golf guy. Work with a few number brands like Avoda Irons, who, I mean, their most famous player is somebody that I was just giving crap about, who's Bryson DeChambeau. But we also do have Jason Day, who's a world-class guy. I mean, kind of polar opposites, right? Jason Day is just the coolest. But and then also with a company called Haven, they're a clothing brand and just someone who's the owner is actually a kid out of Charlotte, North Carolina, and he's just he's built an incredible brand and gives a lot back. So yeah, I really appreciate you guys having me on. I'm excited for this weekend, and yeah, it would be cool to see Tommy Fleetwood win, but now I'm kind of liking Bobby McIntyre the more we're talking about him.
Yeah. There we go. Hey, well, we'll play, as you know, we'll place our bets. I'll put down for your guys' picks too, and let's all hope we get some money here.
I talked about before, I mentioned the name Russell Henley. I think that might be something that I may throw a little action on too.
Man, he won after you mentioned him a few weeks ago.
Yeah, he's a stud.
I was thinking maybe Sam Burns too, but he just had a baby, so I'm not really sure His wife just had a
Yeah.
baby, so I'm not really sure where he's at mentally. But
That's a good sign, in my opinion. The
Yeah.
baby. I mean, Hatton won after his baby. Spieth won after his baby. Scheffler won after
Well,
his baby.
I think Burns is a lock for number 2.
there we go.
That's a little hate. I'm just kidding. But
Top
all right,
five.
hey.
Top five for Burns.
All right. Have a great one, guys.
Oh
Thanks.
yeah, thanks, Brandon.
Thank you.
All right, and before we close out tonight's show, big news. All right, Tappan Eagle first golf event, media credential next week, covering the Korn Ferry Tour, seeing the next greatest in the golf game, the Evans Scholars Invitational just down the street from where I live here at the Glen Club, 10 minutes away. I'll be there Thursday to Sunday. We're also, Fernando and I will interview the tournament director at some point in the next week. We'll let you know right here on the channel when that will happen. But I was telling you, Fernando, before we started, the names that have won this tournament. Last year was Johnny Kiefer. He's in the Open this week. He finished third last week at the Scottish Open. Cam Young,
Wow.
Scottie Scheffler. I mean, so next week I might be seeing the next great golfer out here.
Exactly, man. Congratulations. The Korn Ferry Tour is a top tour. Maybe the third best tour in the world. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
But the top players, the highest caliber, and I'm happy and excited for next week, and we'll be following the next Blades Brown.
Hopefully, I mean, he might be there because I know he's still splitting time between tournaments. But Korn Ferry, they don't have the field listed yet, but when they do, I'll definitely be excited to see who's there. That goes week to week. But I'll be putting some content here on the channel, interviewing some of the golfers, the leaders after day 1, 2, 3, and the champion. So that'll be fun. Excited for that. And like we mentioned too, we're here every week. So if you enjoyed this episode, you're watching for the first time, hit that subscribe button. We talk about the best things going on in golf. We gave you some hot takes like you saw tonight here with our Bryson DeChambeau takes and our Nick Faldo calling them out and all that.
We don't hold back.
So we don't hold back. We love to give our hot takes here. And so if you enjoy the episode, yeah, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're here every week. I also we watch a lot of golf here, so we, as the week goes on, if some big story happens, I usually come on here and talk about it as well. And if you want to catch up with the Korn Ferry next week too, I'll be there. So and also stick out for that interview with the tournament director as well. But Fernando, any last words tonight?
Let's go, Tommy.
Yeah, let's go, Tommy.
Tommy
there we go.
boy, Tommy lad.
Tommy Ladd in his home course where he played as a kid, where he snuck on. We'll see how he does this week. But we appreciate you all tuning in for our Open Championship preview. Thank you for Brandon for coming on. Next week, let's hope we're talking about one of our picks winning out here. Maybe it's an Englishman who breaks the 34-year streak of one not winning the Open. But that's it for now. Get your coffee going. We'll be up early Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday this week to watch some golf. And it's fun because that's where Fernando and I met. What was it, 10 years ago now?
Exactly,
where we met. So we got some full circle moments here. First time talking about the Open since we met in person. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, we'll let you guys know. We'll update you on that interview, what's happening this weekend right here on the channel. So, but for now, we're gonna say deuces to you on this Tuesday night. Have a great week, everybody.
Enjoy. Thank you.